Today we are going to learn a new lesson. So this is the third lesson of EVS subject. The name of the lesson is Safety and First Aid. So we know that whenever we are playing in the playground, when we are doing some activities at our home, when we are doing some of our activities in the classroom, maybe whenever we are playing in the gardens or when we are walking on the roads, what happens? Many a times we meet with some accidents, isn't it? Or we can say there is some event which happens unexpectedly. We are not aware of it and these events happen unexpectedly without any knowledge of ours. So such events that happen unexpectedly and we get some harm from these events are called as accidents. So these accidents can occur anywhere, as I told you, in the playground, on the road, at home, in the school playground, or when we are doing some activities in the classroom. So these accidents can occur anytime and anywhere. But if we follow some rules or we are careful whenever we are doing all such activities, we can be safe and we can avoid these activities. So today we are going to learn the safety rules that will help us to avoid all these accidents and such harmful or damage giving events. So we will be learning the safety rules about various places, that is safety rules to be followed in the house, safety rules to be followed in the classroom, in the playground, when we are walking on the road. Okay, so first we will look for some safety rules that are to be followed when we are at home. So how can we be safe when we are at home? So there are various things because of which we can get damage or we can get some injury in the home also. So what are these things? So the first thing is sleeping on the floor. So why does it happen? Yes, if the floors of our house, they are wet. Okay, the floors of our house, they are having some water on it. It means that they are wet. What will happen? We will get slipped on the floor and we will get some injury. But why are these floors wet? The floors are cleaned. Yes, to keep the floors clean, what is done? They are washed using some water, some floor cleaners. So they become wet. But it is our responsibility that whenever the floor is cleaned or if the floor is wet, we should just try that no person or nobody enters into that room. If we take the precaution that nobody enters into the room until the floor gets dried up, it will be easier to avoid such accidents of slipping on the floor. So it is very necessary that we take care that the floors of our house remain dry, and suppose if they are wet, we should take care that nobody will enter into that room until the floor gets dried. Also, the floors of the kitchen and the bathroom. What happens? Bathrooms, we take a bath and we do many of our activities. So the floors are slippery. But we should take care that once all the works in the bathrooms have got completed, the floors there also they get dried. Also, we should take care that no soap or any sticky material gets sticked there on the floor, because if we enter into the bathroom and if the floor is sticky or if some soap is fallen there, what will happen? We will slip there and we will get injured. So we should take care that the soap or any detergent powder does not fall on the floor, which makes it very slippery. So also various works are happening in the kitchen, preparation of food. Okay, so what happens? Sometimes water falls down on the floor. It is necessary that the care is taken that the water that is fallen on the floor of the kitchen is wiped away and the floor is made dried so that nobody enters it and falls because of the water over the floor. So also we should never try to keep any toys on our floors or the staircases. What happens? The children have the habit, you people have the habit to keep the toys wherever you are playing with them, and you just move away from there. But the adults in your house, your mother, your father, maybe your grandparents or anybody, uncle, aunt, brother, sister, they might enter the room. They are unaware of the toys kept in the room or the toys that are lying on the floor. Their leg may fall on it and they will get slipped off on the floor and they will just bang their head and it may cause a serious injury. So children, it is for you that you should take care that once you complete playing with your toys, what should you do? You should just keep your toys into the basket or into the bag which is for that purpose. So nobody will have a leg on that toy, nor they will slip off on the floor and get a injury. So these things we have to take care to avoid the damage that will happen to any of us because of the slipping on the floor. The next one is fire in the kitchen. As we know, in the kitchen we have the gas stoves, the burners, heaters, microwaves. Such electric objects which are useful to us in cooking the food are available in the kitchen. So now what are the rules that we need to follow to avoid any accidents to be happen in the kitchen? So the first and the most important thing is we have gas cylinders in our kitchen for cooking our food. But if any of us, maybe our adults or we children, you children or the adults, any of the person in the house just realizes that there is gas leakage in the house, in the kitchen, what can we do? We just have to open all the windows and all the doors of our house and we should let the fresh air get into our house. And until the gas that has got leaked from the cylinder does not get away from the house, we should not light any matchstick, nor should we put on any electric bulbs or any electric switches. Because of the leakage of this gas, what will happen? There can be an explosion in the house. The gas that has leaked off from the cylinder, it has got scattered into our atmosphere or in the kitchen or in our other rooms. So if we light a matchstick or if we put on any electrical gadget, put on any switch, it can cause fire and an explosion will happen in the house. To avoid such type of explosion or any damage to any person in the house, it is necessary to take the precaution that, or we should put all the doors and the windows open and let the fresh air in. Okay. So also we should never try. Now this is especially for the children, because adults or your mother, when she is cooking food, she is aware that the vessel that is kept on the gas stove is hot. So she will take care when she is keeping it aside. She will hold it with some cloth. Okay, but we are unaware about which vessel in the kitchen is hot or cold. So what should we do? We should never try to go and touch any of the vessels near the gas stove. Okay, because if those vessels are hot or if any of that material is hot and if we go and touch it, what will happen? We will have a burn on our fingers, our hand, our skin will get burnt and we will have great pain. So it is very necessary that we take care that we do not go and just suddenly touch any object or gas stove which is available in the kitchen. So also we should never play with any of the objects that are made up of glass. There are various objects like we have glass, we have bowls, we have plates, we have jars in our kitchen which are made up of glass. If we don't handle them properly, they will fall down and they will break into small pieces of glass and if our leg falls on it, we can have a cut, they can harm us, they can damage our skin. So it is very necessary that whenever we are having or whenever we are handling any glass objects or glass materials, we should take care that we handle them very properly. So also we should not pick any object from the gas stove. If suppose a plate is kept, a vessel is kept, anything kept on the glass stove, we should not just pick it with our bare hands. Okay. Next is the safety rules for electric shocks. So in each and every home there are various electric objects like electric iron to iron the clothes. We have refrigerators, we have washing machines, we have induction cookers, microwaves are there. A list will not get end if we talk about the electrical gadgets that we have at our home, and they are useful to us. But if we don't handle all these electrical gadgets in a proper way according to the rules that have been given, we can surely get some damage or harm from these. Suppose if the plug or if the wire of some electrical gadget is damaged, the outer covering is lost, and if we touch such electric damaged wire, there is a possibility that we get an electric shock from it, isn't it? So also we should never touch the plugs or any type of electrical wires or any switch boxes with wet hands. The water on our hands and that electric current that passes through those wires, if it comes into contact with each other, we can get an electric shock. So whenever we are having wet hands, we should never touch any of our electrical gadgets. So also when we are barefooted, we are not having any chappals or slippers in our legs, we should never touch an electric wire. It is said that when we touch any electric wire or any switchboards, we should always have some rubber material on our body. So the slippers or the sandals that we have, they are made up of rubber. So it is said that when you are barefooted, when you are not having anything on your feet, you should never touch such type of electrical gadgets. So also what we can say about electric shocks? Yes, if we are touching any of the electrical gadgets like heaters, we say, or table fans, when they are in a working position, we should never go and touch them. The electric heaters, they are meant for making the water hot, and if we go and touch them directly when the switch is on, surely they are going to give us an electric shock. So also the table fans, if we just go and put our finger into that blades that are working, we will have a cut on our finger, and also maybe we will get an electric shock. So if we are touching any such objects like heaters, electric fans, we should first switch off the buttons, and then we can handle the such electrical gadgets. Okay, so next is about poisoning. So now what is this poisoning? So if there is some unwanted material in our food, unwanted substance in our food which can be harmful to us, that food will make us get poison into our body. That is, we will have food poisoning. If some unwanted substance goes into our body through the food, it is called as food poisoning. The stale food or the food that has been kept exposed, open for a longer period, or you can say the food that has got spoiled, that has got rotten, if we consume, if we eat such a type of food, we can have food poisoning. The stale food is not good for health because the microbes start growing in that food. Since if the food is prepared yesterday, what will happen after 24 hours? If we consume that food is having many microbes which are growing in it for the last 24 hours. So that food is not healthy or good for our body. Okay, so also the food, if it is stale, if it has been prepared earlier, it is getting spoiled slowly because of the microbes that are growing in it. So the eating of spoiled food or eating of stale food or eating of food that has been kept open, it was not properly covered, it was kept open for overnight, it is not good for our health. So we should not eat such type of stale food or spoiled food, or we can say exposed food, because it can cause damage to our body and we will have food poisoning. So also the floor cleaners, various types of floor cleaners or chemicals are used in our house. Like for floor cleaning we use some type of liquids. Then for some other uses, washing of vessels, liquid soap is used. If such type of such type of cleaners are kept nearby to our kitchen, then what will happen? Maybe some of those particles get included into our food and they can cause damage to us. Why? Because are the floor cleaners or all those chemicals meant for eating? No, these floor cleaners, they are having chemicals in them. They can be harmful to our body. So we should keep all these floor cleaners or all these types of chemicals that are used for cleaning purpose away from the kitchen. We should never keep these things in the kitchen or at a place where the children can easily get them. So all these things should be kept at a height where the children will not get it. Also we should keep them away from the kitchen. So also, what are the other things that can cause poisoning to us? Yes, the medicines that we take. Suppose if these medicines are prescribed or given to us by the doctors, then we can have them, because the doctors know what are the substances in those medicines. But suppose if we are having some medicines at home and we are having a headache, we are having a stomach ache, we should not take these medicines by ourselves. We should take the advice of the doctors before taking any type of medicines. If these medicines are having some ingredients in them to which we are allergic, then these medicines can be poison for us. Yes, because these medicines are not told to us by the doctors, we are taking them by ourselves. So it is very necessary that to avoid such food poisoning cases, we should take the medicines only by the advice of the doctors, not by ourselves. So these were some of the safety rules that we need to follow if we want to be safe at our home. So food poisoning, electric shocks, fire in the kitchen, sleeping on the floor, these are the incidents, events or accidents that happen at home, and we just now saw all the safety rules that we need to follow to avoid all such type of accidents.